No. Kind of hard to get.
I fucking start crying, you piece of shit.
New York much.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
The
Do we have audio of that?
Rapists. The fucking rapists. They were in Ohio.
Oh, my God.
They were found guilty.
Ohio teens convicted of rape.
Do we have audio of that guy crying like that?
I hope so.
We do not. They got a year, right?
At least, I think. One guy got... The one part I don't agree with, the one guy getting 2 years or an extra year for putting photos of her because she's under... But, I mean, he's 17, she's 16. There's something with that age thing that kind of bugs me if you're the same age.
But photography is a whole different game.
Yeah, it is.
When you post fucking pictures of underage, it goes beyond just consenting
That's true.
teens.
All right.
That's craziness. Hey, if I can't do it, no one can.
But I mean, I don't know enough about this case. Like, I know it's a brutal. Like, did they fuck her or just finger her? Like, I did not. I don't know all the details.
Yeah, I think they got him on the digital insertion.
The case that has captured the nation's attention. 2 teens accused of raping a drunken 16-year-old girl during a booze-fueled night of partying learned their fate today. The high school football players for Steubenville's Big Red never took the stand, but maintained their innocence throughout. But the judge found them guilty on all counts. CNN's Poppy Harlow was in the court for the entire trial. Poppy?
Hi there, Don. Well, as you know, this case has put the town of Steubenville, Ohio in the spotlight for months. But today, the judge made his verdict known to all. The mother of the 16-year-old victim spoke out for the first time since Trent Mays and Malik Richmond raped her daughter, saying this after court ended.
It did not matter what school you went to, what city you lived in, or what sport you've played. Human compassion is not taught by a teacher, a coach, or a parent. It is a God-given gift instilled in all of us. You displayed not only a lack of this compassion, but a lack of any moral code. Your decisions that night affected countless lives, including those most dear to you. You were your own accuser through the social media that you chose to publish your criminal conduct on. This does not define who my daughter is. She will persevere, grow, and move on.
Good luck with
I
that.
have pity for you both. I hope you fear the Lord, repent for your actions, and pray hard for his forgiveness.
The convicted rapists, both teenage boys, showing remorse after being found guilty.
I would truly like to apologize to our family, my family, and the community. I would like to apologize to you people. I had no intention to do anything like that. And I'm sorry to put you guys through this. But just like...
What's up there, tough guy? Going to prison, tough guy.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to.
The 16-year-old girl was raped during a series of late-night parties in August when she was drunk.
The court is able to view the demeanor of the witnesses, judge their credibility, and weigh the evidence presented to the court. The court has done so in this case, and it is the court's decision that both of the defendants are hereby adjudicated delinquent beyond a reasonable doubt on all 3 counts as charged.
Malik Richmond sentenced to a minimum of 1 year in a juvenile correction facility for rape. Trent Mays to a minimum of 2 years, guilty of rape and of taking and distributing an illegal nude photograph of the victim. Both Mays and Richmond will also have to register as juvenile sex offenders. Prosecutors said the girl was so intoxicated she wasn't capable of consenting to anything.
This case is about a 16-year-old girl who was taken advantage of, toyed with, and humiliated. And it's time that the people who did that to her are held responsible.
Eyewitness testimony from 3 teenage boys, all friends of Mays and Richmond, and all granted immunity from criminal prosecution, was damaging. One witness saying he videotaped Mays performing a sexual act on the girl during a car ride between parties.
2
others testified they saw Richmond do the same later that night while she was lying naked on the floor. In the state of Ohio, this act performed without consent constitutes rape.
There seems to be an unbelievable casualness about rape and about sex. It's a cavalier attitude, a belief that somehow there isn't anything wrong with any of this.
Text messages, tweets, and photos were at the center of the trial. Fellow teens vulgarly joked about the rape. Song of the night is definitely Rape Me by Nirvana.
Hey, what if that was your daughter?
But it isn't. What? If that was my daughter, I wouldn't care. I'd just let her be dead.
Witnesses read text messages, including this one about the victim from Trent Mays to a friend. Yeah, dude, she was like a dead body. I just needed some sexual attention. Now, in addition to handing down this sentence, the court ordered that Trent Mays and Malik Richmond also receive treatment while they are serving time to ensure that they do not commit another sex crime. Additionally, Ohio's Attorney General Mike DeWine held a press conference where he said that a grand jury will be convened here to determine whether or not others committed crimes in this incident.
Damn.
God, it's horrible.
They're going after everybody.
But only a year, man.
I have a couple questions. One, did they have to consent to allowing it to just be a judge? Why didn't they take a jury trial?
Yeah, they did have to.
They had to agree
They
to
went
that.
with that. Yeah, yeah.
That was terribly dumb.
Really? Because they assumed that in front of a fucking jury they would really get fucked.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't have a shot against the jury.
Then the emotion. The judge will probably handle it with the least amount of emotion as possible.
Right. But they also are football. To be completely devoid of humanity here, that's a football town. And that was a tremendously polarizing case.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might have thought, well, these young men look, OJ got off, for fuck's sake. It's like, I don't know what I would have went with there if I was them, but like social media, how besides doing that, which is awful, how dumb are you?
Right.
Like, do people not, like, I guess because when we were teenagers, we talked shit.
Yeah.
Like, you'd talk about it and tell your friends, and this is how people talk now.
Right.
They talk on Twitter, they talk on
just amazing
video.
I think they did get off. A year is easy.
I don't know. Like, I have weird feelings about that being called rape, even though I understand they should go to jail for it.
Right.
I don't think fingering somebody is rape. Maybe, and women will fucking hate me for that.
Oh, God, wow. Yeah, maybe the women should call up on that one.
No, I just, because I think
I'm
rape,
sure they feel violated having anything inside them like that.
There should be something that is a code that's a sexual violation or something. Rape to me is when you put your dick in somebody. Rape is almost like a.
I think fingering is just as bad if she's not fucking
aware
or wanting that.
Rape is fucking a beating, a violent, a fucking somebody. I'm not saying that they shouldn't go to jail. I'm happy with them getting a year for this. Fine. I just don't think it should be called rape. It's some kind of a sexual violation. I just
probably
think
should have got more time is what I'm saying. A year is like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm fine with
nothing. And the one guy might get 2?
Well, yeah. They're pieces of garbage. And they're these guys with this football culture who think they can do no wrong. I believe
they can do whatever they
guys.
want. I'm sure, that fucking guy that's weeping in the courtroom was laughing his ass off. Oh, he's fucking carting her around like a piece of meat. They were talking about pissing on her and fucking.
I heard did they come on her too? Is that true?
Yeah.
They jacked off on her?
Yeah, it's fucking.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just fucking animals. They don't, it's terrible. Fuck.
So they're lucky they're underage. How many years would that be if they were of age?
Oh. Yeah, that would have been a
They're
biggie.
extremely lucky.
Yeah, that's a big fucking case.
Certainly their names will be tainted and all that, but could have been a hell of a lot worse, I'm thinking.
And I heard do we have any Candy Crowley clips?
That fuck.
No, because there was a big story about her.
Yeah.
Because the way she
raped the debate.
Yes, and she raped the cookie jar. Her fat face. Was that she seemed like she was showing empathy for the guys, like how sad it was to watch the guys' lives. Yeah.
Really?
We don't have that? I'll get it.
Hey, look at Confident Sam.
We'll find it.
Ugh.
This guy's going to explain the difference between a fingering and a rape. Brandon in Virginia, what's up there, buddy?
Oh.
Hey, I don't know how it is in Ohio, but in Virginia, there's rape and then there's forcible sodomy, which would be the thing.
That's sodomy. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's considered forcible sodomy under the code in Virginia, anyway.
Isn't there like something different? Like there's something called sexual misconduct, I think, where that's if you're on a date with a girl and you're fooling around and she says don't do it and you put your dick in. They don't classify that as rape, or maybe they didn't, but they called it sexual misconduct. But I think that should be rape because you're sticking your dick in somebody.
Yeah.
I believe now that's still considered rape. It's just say rape, but under the code, it's still rape.
Well, in Ohio, even as a digital penetration is considered rape.
Okay.
That's what they say. That's fucking rape.
Right.
Okay.
They don't break it down in Ohio.
Yeah, maybe that's
in
better.
That area of Ohio.
Maybe that's better because it protects women.
Anything else, Brandon?
No, I was it punching out.
All right, man. Let's go to Christy in Connecticut. Christy.
Hi. How
Hey.
are you this morning?
Hi, Christy.
All right.
Listen, I just want to add on to what Jimmy said. I think that rape may be a little strong. Again, I don't know the whole product of the whole case. But what about sexual assault? I mean, I'm kind of on the same lines as Jimmy. Did they actually penetrate her? Was it just a finger? And the other thing is, why is she 16 years old drunk with all those dudes? Where was her mother?
Yeah, but
exactly.
Okay, fine. But teenagers do that stuff. You know, I agree with you about the sexual. I think sexual assault is more likely or more comfortable than rape. It sounds like that to me. But it doesn't matter that she just got fucked up at a party and she was stupid and she shouldn't have. But they really were fucking way. They were awful.
You're blaming the victim, Christy?
No, I'm not blaming the victim, but where is her responsibility?
Well, her responsibility, it was pretty bad judgment to get fucked up, but that doesn't all of a sudden relieve you of your rights as a human being to not be fucked with, no matter how drunk you are. Those guys are animals. They weren't thinking about anything at that point.
This is not just one guy. If this was one guy who hooked up with this girl at a party and he fingered her and he fucked her and he fooled around with her and it's a different mentality than in a room like that and filming it and fucking jerking off on. That's a fucking. That's the type of thing where if they were all 5 or 6 years older, that probably would have turned into a brutal gang rape.
Yeah,
if they were a little bit older,
right? Mm-hmm.
Why are you putting yourself in that situation, though? I mean, use your head. If you're going out with 5 dudes, what do you think's going to happen? By the end of the night, if you're drunk and you don't think anything's going to happen, you're stupid.
You're right. That was stupid. And she should have made better judgment. Where the fuck were her friends? Sometimes the cock block friends are needed. But that's still, just because she was dumb and she made some stupid decisions doesn't mean that she deserves that shit.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, I didn't say she deserved it.
No, I know.
But, you have to use your head, especially in this day and age. I mean, use your head. Show me your friends. I'll show you you.
Yeah, you should protect yourself better. I mean, be a little smarter.
All right.
But it's hard when you get drunk. I mean, any rational person, you're talking to rational people right now. The problem is when you start drinking, you're like, I can fucking drive.
Yeah.
Most drunk drivers who kill people, if you sat them down as sober people, would go, oh, no, I never want to kill anyone. You make bad decisions when you're drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, Christy, thank you. Let's go to Keith. He's a cop in Detroit. Keith.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Keith.
This morning?
Hello.
What's up, Keith?
Hey, I followed a little bit of this case, and the defense attorney said that they didn't find any type of bodily fluid or semen in her.
Oh,
okay.
So they did penetrate her digitally, which is with the fingers and everything else. And also, they also brought out the trial that she had been pursuing these 2 guys earlier in the day and the weeks before. So, she knew these guys, and she wanted to get down with them, but she got drunk that night, and they did take advantage of her.
Hey, Keith. Keith,
yes,
could you hand the phone to the cop?
What do you mean?
Just hand it up to the front seat, and let's talk to the officer.
Right.
Dick Anthony.
Jesus. I before you guys when the one chick got slapped out in Seattle, remember?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, let me, because obviously she was into these guys or whatever, but it's amazing. When you see them, they sunk themselves with their text messages and all this shit. That stuff is admissible evidence. What arrogant, dumb motherfuckers.
Just assuming that stuff wouldn't go anywhere.
How do you think that's okay to do?
Right.
Yeah. That would put up a red flag with people, obviously.
Hell yeah.
All right, brother. I got to go to Mark.
Thank you, Keith.
He's furious with the girl that was just on, Christy. Mark, go ahead. In Chicago.
Oh, how are we doing?
All right, buddy.
Listen, that lady's so full of shit, and so is that last guy. Number one, if you know the background of this thing, these guys call themselves the rape crew. This is not the first time they've done
they
it.
did.
They get away with this all the time.
Oh, okay.
It's a culture that lives in this town. They have nothing there but these freaking football players. Number two, the girl was set up by another guy she blew off. I won't say his last name. His first name's Cody. He's going to get a civil suit. He's going to be arrested, too.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean? Slow down, slow down. Don't say his name, but another guy set her up with those two guys?
Wait, and slow down. Hold on, and back up. They were known as the rape crew, so they did this type of thing before?
Yes, if you go back and look, that's what they called themselves. There's 3 other girls that they've done this to.
Oh. So they assumed they were untouchable, that they could get away with some of this shit. Gotcha.
Exactly. That's the culture. Number two, she broke up with another guy. You're going to hear his name soon.
Okay.
He set her up, and he told her come to this party. He wanted her to come with these guys. She came, the dumb bitch. Oh, her mother. Did that dumb bitch go to every party with her mother when she was 16? What a freaking
No, but dude, hold on. I don't think that girl was saying she deserved it. I think she's saying, like, where's your judgment? Protect yourself. Like, I think she's almost.
Her judgment was she was going out with her friends like every kid does when they're 15 and 16.
Yeah, man.
But she still used bad judgment.
Exactly. I'm sorry to get upset, guys, but she got set up by this other dickhead who's going to get arrested.
Where was one fucking person in that room to say, hey, guys, what the fuck are you doing?
This is going way too far,
fucking crazy?
right?
There was one guy.
It's a fucking human being, man! What the fuck are you doing? Police up your dicks.
One guy that did it, he got on the phone, and he screwed up the one dude that got arrested or who got convicted. His phone died. It was his cousin, and he said, "What the f are you doing on somebody else's phone?" And that was that was evidence that kind of sunk him too. One guy, and exactly how do you?
Wait, what do you mean he was on someone else's phone? I'm not sure what you mean.
His phone died. His cousin's phone died.
Okay.
His cousin saw what was going on or heard about it. He got on so he had to use somebody else's phone. What happened? They grabbed all the phones and deleted all the evidence, or all 15 other assholes who still might get it. The point is to answer that nice young lady who seems to go out with her mother every day and doesn't want to go out and give the kid the victim any credit here, like Crowley, that fat ass on CNN yesterday. These poor kids. Oh, poor kids. Fuck those kids. Those fucking poor kids went out and fucking raped the girl.
I don't think I know what you're saying about Candy Crowley, but I don't think that the last girl who called in was saying that.
Well, okay, but what she doesn't understand, when the young lady got in the car, she was given a roofie or a date rape. That's why her judgment was not.
Oh, yeah, she might have been, yeah.
Right.
She was. There was no doubt about it. She was given a rape. So when you sit there and make judgment on somebody, look at the person who's doing it.
But was she absolutely given one? Because she thinks she was. What's the proof of that?
Jimmy, what happened was after 24 hours, it was all about the not being able to do a piss test because it was too late. She was absolutely given a.
Well, where's the proof of that?
Yeah, is there any proof of that?
There's no proof of that.
There's been talk about it.
Any witnesses?
There's just talk about it, but there's no proof for a court of law, unfortunately.
I was part of the crepe crew, Jimmy, where we made wonderful breakfasts for everybody.
It's funny, when I was in high school, I was part of the drape crew, where we would go into all windowless homes and help them. I mean, all curtainless homes, windowless homes.
Wouldn't need the drape crew,
yeah,
would you?
We could go into all talentless places where I'd be well at home. Wow. Thank you for calling, buddy.
Well, just one last thing. If there wasn't any legal, like said, to stand up in court, there'd be 15 of these assholes sitting right next.
Yeah, I saw some video of some kid that's sitting on an ottoman or a couch at one of these parties and just going on for almost a half hour, 45 minutes, just babbling about how this girl was passed out dead. He's making all kinds of jokes. He's another fucking son of a bitch.
Pieces of shit.
He got kicked out of Ohio State for that. He got kicked out of school for that, at least.
Oh, did he? Good.
Yeah.
Right.
He was going to Ohio State, and his ass is still going to get done.
I mean, all these motherfuckers should go down for something, because for somebody to not even just not goof about the thing, but to not say something is beyond me as a human being. Yeah. To not know that something bad and wrong is going on at that moment.
Girls, how about guys were there with other girls?
Exactly, and the girls didn't fucking do anything either.
Hey, listen, I love you, man. You let me vent, man. You guys
wow, Mark. Thanks
for
the passion. Holy
shit. We are in a weird fucking place and time, man. We really are.
We lost this girl, Jenna. She wanted in badly as well. Maybe you could call
probably
back.
a fucking...
In high school, I was
fucking pissed, too.
I was in the Nape crew. We would just go around touching necks. And the crepe crew.
Yeah.
Seeing the those kids crying, the courtroom, confuses you a little bit, certainly, but fuck them in the end.
No.
You got the clip of Candy Crowley feeling sorry for those guys?
Let's hear Candy Crowley.
This monster.
Fat apologist.
I cannot imagine, having just watched this on the feed coming in, how emotional that must have been sitting in the courtroom.
I've never experienced anything like it, Candy. It was incredibly emotional, incredibly difficult, even for an outsider like me, to watch what happened as these two young men that had such promising futures, star football players, very good students, literally watched as they believed their life fell apart. One of the young men, Malik Richmond, when that sentence came down, he collapsed. He collapsed in the arms of his attorney, Walter Madison. He said to him, "My life is over. No one is going to want me now." Very serious crime here. Both found guilty of raping the 16-year-old girl at a series of parties back in August. Alcohol-fueled parties. Alcohol, a huge part in this. But Trent Mays was also found guilty on a second count, and that is of felony illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material because he took a photograph of the victim laying naked on the floor that night.
Whoops.
Trent Mays will serve 2 years in a juvenile detention facility. Malik Richmond will serve 1 year on that one count that he was found guilty for. But I want to let our viewers listen, because for the first time in this entire trial, we have now heard from the two young men. Trent Mays stood up apologizing to the victim's family in court. After him, Malik Richmond. Listen.
Can you pause for 1 second?
Yeah.
What's up?
What a fucking disgrace CNN is.
Yes.
Where do you find these apologist women?
Amazing, right?
That's embarrassing. Fuck these young guys.
Who cares about that angle? What kind of angle are they going for?
Right.
Who cares about these two?
What an embarrassing,
amazing, right?
Cunt.
Do you know what? Absolutely. He's crying. He's sad. And did you hear what the problem is? Not, oh my God, what did I do to that girl? Her life is fucking ruined. My life is ruined. No one's going to want me. I mean, it's like,
who gives a fuck? It's not about you. It's not about your stupid life.
It's amazing.
Yeah, who cares? You made that decision. Let me say hi to Amanda. Man, the women want in badly today. Amanda in New Hampshire, what's up?
Good morning.
Sounds like a woman's. Yeah, or a man. Duh. What did the man say something and you didn't know the answer? Don't get me started. Chippy, don't play that.
No, Chippy, don't play that. It's a good one.
I'm calling in response to the woman who was saying, "Where is this girl's mother?"
Yeah.
She was 16. When I was 16 and got my license, my mom thought I was somewhere, but I was really somewhere else.
Yeah, you fucking tell me where you were.
Where you were? What were you doing?
You were getting big dicks in your ass.
Yeah, hopefully not white ones. My fantasies are different than ants.
So where did you drive the whoremobile?
And it was the fucking Oscar Mayer truck.
She just back it into herself.
Terrible.
Right. Sorry, we're just riffing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
What happened? Obviously, teenagers are going to be fucking teenagers.
It does not give you the right to take advantage of them as a human being.
Right.
It's wrong.
I think that's pretty obvious to most people.
And we can't feel bad for them because they're crying in the courtroom.
Yeah,
really?
of course they feel bad. They got caught and convicted.
Right.
Yeah, they're fucking crying.
That'll make most people cry.
After it happened.
I'm sure if they didn't get caught,
the day after it happened.
yeah, they'd still be laughing about it.
Exactly. They're pieces of shit, and they're crying because they're worried what's going to happen to them when they go to jail. They know that they're going to get some dicks up their ass.
It's nice to see whites and blacks work together, though, like that.
That's just teenage boy shit. Nice. I mean, I'm not saying boys being boys. I mean, that could happen with a group of fucking white kids or a group of black kids. That's something that's fucking completely has zero culture bias. Is the ability to be a cocksucker when you're drunk and do some horrible shit to a girl.
Right. All right, Amanda. Thank you.
It's one human being terrible to another human.
Yeah, there's a basic human thing that's supposed to be in you, some kind of compassion. Fucking empathy. You know, there's that's supposed to just be in the second you're born. You're not taught it. You just know when something's not right.
Yeah.
And you know, they should have known it. Tony Rocky Horror better well damn sure with it.
Sociopaths don't have that. That's the, like when you say, like, how could somebody torture an animal? Or how could somebody torture a kid? Like, I can't even comprehend.
Right?
How can you do it?
How?
I couldn't even watch certain things. There's something, that empathy thing, man, that fucking thing, it just shuts off in these people. Yes. Which is why I think when we know who they are, we should kill them.
You think they're missing just a part of their brain or something? A piece of their brain or
fucking lunatics.
Something in the brain just isn't working or is shut off? Because you're right.
Chemical goes left instead of going right.
You can't even imagine. Is there more to the Candy Crawley clip?
Yeah, I want to hear what this fucking fat horse says.
Crawley.
And you know, something that came up throughout this sentencing, Candy, was that Malik's father got up and spoke. Malik has been living with guardians. His father, a former alcoholic, gotten into a lot of trouble with the law, been in prison before. And his father stood up and he told the court, I feel responsible for this. I feel like I wasn't there for my son. And before that, he came over to the bench where his son was sitting. He approached him, he hugged him, and he whispered in his ear. And Malik's attorney said to us in the courtroom, I have never heard Malik's father before say, I love you. He's never told his son that.
Can you fucking...
It's
they
amazing.
Are trying to garner sympathy for these fucking pieces of shit.
Oh, and obviously the victim isn't going to go in front of cameras.
Yeah.
You know, if the victim was in front of cameras crying, this would be a whole different story.
I'm amazed they're going with this.
Yeah, this angle, right?
This is terrible.
What a fucking embarrassment CNN is.
Ugh.
This was an incredibly emotional day. These two juveniles being carried out right now. I'm watching people line up, and they will be committed today, Candy.
Poppy Harlow in Steubenville, Ohio for us. I want to bring in Paul Callan, our CNN legal contributor. You know, Paul, a 16-year-old now just sobbing in court. Regardless of what big football players they are, they still sound like 16-year-olds. The other one, 17, a 16-year-old victim. The thing is, when you listen to it and you realize that they could stay until they're 21, they are going to get credit for time served.
They're not going to stay until 21.
What's the lasting effect, though, on two young men being found guilty in juvenile court of rape, essentially?
Can you
pause?
This is like a fucking sketch.
It's ridiculous. Right?
I hate this fat cunt.
You're right. It's like a sketch.
This is like a fucking SNL sketch.
Barely anything on the victim.
Where they twist
barely.
the whole thing around and make it about these two poor juveniles. They keep saying juveniles.
Gives a fuck about them.
Unbelievable.
It's just focusing so much on them instead of the victim.
Unbelievable.
What a fucking...
I guess they got to drag the victim in front of cameras to get any type of sympathy, right?
Yeah.
If you cry on fucking camera, you know, you're going to get all the attention. People are going to feel sorry for you.
Let's hear a little more of Candy Crawley.
Andy, we've seen here a courtroom drenched in tears and tragedy, and you know, Poppy's description, I think, you know, sums it all up. But across America, scenes like this happen all the time. I know as a prosecutor and a defense attorney, when that verdict is handed down, usually it's just the families of the defendants and the victims. There's always that moment of just lives are destroyed, and lives have already been destroyed by the crime, and we got a chance to see that. But in terms of what happens now, yeah, the most severe thing with these young men is being labeled as registered sex offenders. That label is now placed on them by Ohio law. And by the way, the laws in most other states now require such a designation in the face of such a serious crime. That will haunt them for the rest of their lives.
As well it should!
When looking up their background, will see that they're registered sex offenders.
Unbelievable.
When they move into a new neighborhood and somebody goes on the internet where these things are posted.
Thank God.
Neighbors will know that they're a registered sex offender. It's really something that will have a lasting impact, much more of a lasting impact than going to a juvenile facility for 1 or 2 years.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
And here's the beauty. This is why the media is such a repulsive fucking... If you made fun of that, you'd be seen as being inappropriate or terrible. These are the people who are supposed to be delivering unbiased information.
Right.
And that was how long is it, Sam?
6 minutes.
A 6-minute piece about these poor guys who fucking, again, sexually assaulted, whatever you want to call it, raped this girl.
Hold on, but out of the 6 minutes, how much time do they spend on the actual victim? We didn't just play the whole 6-minute clip, right? We jumped in the middle of it.
We played.
We didn't play the
crying.
crying.
All right, so we played.
Eastern Conference
We just didn't play the crying, which we had played before.
Right. All right. So we played in that clip. They barely mentioned the victim. It was 6 minutes about how we should all feel sorry for these kids because they ruined their lives. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I got out of that. Wow, that's just amazing.
Hold on, I'm tweeting them.
That's just amazing.
Unfucking believable.
Basically, I mean, what I get out of that piece, CNN is saying, they're way more important, those kids, than the victim. Their lives are way more important than the victim's life.
Sentence boys younger than you to the electric chair. I didn't want to. I felt I owed it to them.
That made me so fucking angry.
It's infuriating. Why?
Because it's the football culture. Their lives are way more important in that area than the victim's life.
But this fucking, what's this other whore's name? Poppy, this cunt.
Poppy.
Trying to make it seem like there was a big moment because the guy's fuck him and fuck his absentee father. Who cares?
Poppy.
Who gives a fuck?
Oh, Poppy.
And his father had I don't give a fuck about why he did it.
Yeah.
Anthony's dad wasn't around the whole time.
No. Terrible.
And this
but I'm saying, you didn't turn into a rapist.
Round enough to call me pissy ice.
And this case is out of Ohio, right?
Yep.
Didn't something else emotional happen in Ohio? Somewhere in Ohio.
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio, with 2 very bad knees, and a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
I have no idea how this ends.
Why did I rape that woman?
Thank God this dream came true.
Same place, right? Ohio.
Yeah.
Do you know, I think someone's tweeting me, this case was a huge cover-up that the hackers, Anonymous, brought out. I think that's true. Didn't Anonymous make this fucking...
they did.
That's why I love Anonymous.
They found some shit online.
You hate them all you want. I'm all in with Anonymous, I'll tell you right now.
When they do stuff like this, I really, really
They're starting to do more and more stuff like this.
That's great.
Like real stuff.
They're the ones who brought up all the videos and the photos and all that stuff.
What happened? They had been deleted?
Yeah.
Was this all deleted shit that Anonymous got?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
How did they
found it?
Wow.
These
guys are good.
Oh, it's all out there. Oh, yeah.
They know how to go into the Twitter's deleted areas or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they found that. They printed the football coach's name and address and all that shit.
What did the coach have to do with this whole thing?
Well, I think he was trying to help in the cover-up.
Kind of like say, fuck, let's try to...
Yeah, it's that, like, again, that whole football culture.
That whole culture.
Where they just...
Good for Anonymous, man. Good for them.
Yeah.
Hey, let's remind the people we got the great James Lipton coming in today.
I love his tea.
Who has interviewed everyone.
No.
How come he's not James fucking Armton or James Lip Pound?